Hello and welcome to the Magic Mirror podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Con the Trinket Mage, and with me is my co-host, 33 Elk.
Hello.
How solemn. Speaking of a simulacrum, we have our other co-host, Salubrious Snail.
Hello.
That's cool. I wasn't expecting that one.
Dude, we're so good at podcasting. We do these intros just like that. It's so good.
Right.
Some gags, you know.
Oh yeah, maybe a goof or a gaff as well.
Yeah, one or two.
Speaking of goofs and gaffs, we've been looking at some of our old commander decks from yesteryears and thought about cards that we used to think were quite good. And over time, of course, our mentalities on certain cards has changed. So we're going to talk about that in this episode. And at the end, if we got some time, we'll get to a few of your questions on the air. If we have time, we'll see how much we argue. All right, friends, let's talk about some cards we used to think were really good. We played them all the time, but now don't because we realize they're not very good.
Oh, man. There was once upon a time, I might have said this on the podcast before, but I really just want to reiterate it, where I thought Aether Membrane was unbeatable.
Yes.
It's 1 red for a defender, reach 0/5 wall in red. Whenever Aether Membrane blocks a creature, return that card to its owner's hand at the end of combat. I saw this thing and I was like, dude, how do you beat it? You can't get through it. It bounces all your things. You become immortal. I did not know Pariah existed at the time, by the way.
Basically makes all creatures with power 4 or less just not exist.
Exactly. It's insanely broken, obviously. It has to be. There's no way that they would remove my blocker and then kill me with their board anyway. There's just no shot.
Definitely not.
And I do want to make a quick note for this episode is that we are going to be omitting cards that we think we no longer play due to power creep.
Yeah.
Like I used to play a lot more Solemn Simulacrum, but the card is just quite slow outside of a blink or sacrifice deck or something that cares about its other abilities. I didn't stop playing it because I realized the card was bad all along. It's just a bit slow in today's more sped up commander.
Yeah, for me, Aether Membrane's one of those cards. So it's just like, this has always been shit. I've just grown as a player and realized that it's not that bad.
I'm playing Aether Membrane in my Boros Control Flage deck.
Oh yeah, and how's that working out?
What happens usually is I cast it and people go, that's a neat. And then they kind of ignore it and it saves me like a couple of attacks and then it dies to like a board wipe or something.
I think it's a fine card. I don't think it's as unbeatable as old Elk thought it once was, though. It's all.
Can I nominate Wall of Frost as
I was
my
about
version
to say,
of that?
yeah, Wall of Frost is very similar. I feel like, it's like if you attack into this, you feel bad. But like,
Yeah,
it's
an
a wall.
07 that stops like so many things. It doesn't have reach like the membrane. And then you crap doesn't untap, like, oh, brutal.
I will say 07's a lot bigger than 05 in old school Magic, I feel like. Because
Yeah,
like
07's huge.
you'll get some 6/6 creatures. You don't really get like 8 power or more creatures. There's not as much consistent like token or counter additions and anthems and all that. Like some, but like usually you run anthems and token decks because obviously.
Yeah, I actually do kind of like these cards still in the context of bracket 2, where people are playing less non-combat damage win conditions. And it's a lot more, sort of fair play creature attack magic. It does improve the quality of these cards, but it definitely felt like an unbeatable wall back in the day.
Yeah.
I already don't really like Ghostly Prison or Propaganda because they kind of counter token decks. And to me, I feel like Aether Membrane's the inverse of that. It counters Big Thing or like semi-big
Kinda.
thing, but it doesn't counter tokens because they just swing their whole board at you. Who cares if you bounce one of their tokens?
I mean, this is why board wipes are just the best way
Yeah,
to
true.
not aggro.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, this is even worse than Ghostly Prison because it's less applicable to more things, Like at least Ghostly Prison stops like Praetorhoof, kind of.
Also, I do agree that these are probably decent at slowing down pressure in bracket 2. Although I will say I've gradually come to the conclusion that decks getting swung at over time a lot in bracket 2 is good because if I add a bunch of cards to my bracket 2 deck to keep me alive longer, I'm just going to be at the table for like 2.5 hours and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Look, that's the difference between you and me is I built my Drago control deck for bracket 2 and you will not do that.
Do you care about your time?
Yeah, I intend to have one really fun, crazy commander game and then I will go home because the game store is closing after 4 hours.
Yeah, it's closing after one game.
I love my Flager deck so much, though.
I respect that though. Flage is funny.
Yeah. Are there any cards that you guys want to highlight as like funny cards that you thought were like unbeatable or whatever, or like it's super broken and they just aren't?
Well, I mean, it's gotta be the quadruple black Phyrexian Obliterator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
How do you even stop
I
that?
think everyone goes through a phase where this card is like, damn.
So broken. You can't even block it, or else you're just going to be sacrificing everything. And, you can't attack into it because you'll just be sacrificing everything. It's too good. Gives 4 pips for Gary, Great Merchant of Asphodel. That's broken, dude.
I remember my little brother, when he was in middle school, played this card like against his friends. And they were all like, you can't lava axe it. It's like unbeatable. You can't get rid of it.
Hey, I'm an old head. I know that Lava Axe only targets players.
Yeah, Lava Axe is players only con.
My bad.
Lightning
my bad.
Axe. On the
Lightning
Lightning
Axe,
Axe,
thank
yeah.
So I was thinking of the iconic Dan deck, 21 lava axes. It was just 21 lava axes and then a bunch of mountains, and that's it.
That's fun. How did those games go?
The person who draws the most lava axes wins.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Obliterator is it's a fine piece of cardboard. It's just really not unbeatable like many players believe when they first start playing.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a Reddit post that pops up every couple of months where someone goes, "How do I beat this? They gave a thing indestructible and it has like flying and vigilance and lifelink, and it's just like I can't do anything about it." And then they learn, oh, there's different types of removal. You can bounce it, you can exile it, you could phase it out, yada yada yada. Like, removal is so varied and so versatile, but a lot of players, when they first learn the game, only see like 1 or 2 examples of that. And I think as you see more types of removal, you're like, oh, I could beat this with a board wipe. Oh, I could beat this with a phasing out spell, blah, 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 right?
Well, I think there's also a massive difference between Commander and 1v1 kitchen table 60 card, because somebody having like the big white dino against you in a 60 card Magic game is horrifying. This is an existential threat. Whereas in a Commander game, like, you could just ignore it and do other stuff. And as long as they're not actively ahead in the game, then you'll be fine. You can just ignore it.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Like if they swing their Phyrexian idiot at you, just don't block, man. 5 life points? What's that? Like nothing at all.
Now, of course,
So,
I
yeah.
would Dark Ritual this out on turn 2 when I was, at the height of my, mono black 60 card days. But even that's like, okay.
You want to have some real fun. You have Phyrexian Obliterator in play, and then you like do like the stupid goblins that like goad creatures to attack you specifically,
There you
or like
go.
all the blue ones that do
Oh.
that, and then you block with the Obliterator, make them sack all their permanents or whatever.
See,
It's so jank.
the classic I remember is with the land arena. It doesn't tap for mana, but it's pay 3 tap. Target creature you control fights another creature.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
if
a
you
fighting
played,
god.
Yeah, and then if you played Urborg, you could actually tap your arenas for mountains. Oh, for swamps. You actually
Yeah.
get black mana out of it. It's
Yeah,
pretty
Phyrexian
fun.
Obliterator is quite a good combatant when it comes to fighting.
Yes.
That's so true.
And you're in green when you have a lot of fights that spells. Think about it. Green mana fixes the quad black really well. Okay, that's cooking.
See, but now you're making Phyrexian Obliterator actually good instead of just like good as the way I played it, which was just having it and being like, I got a guy.
Yeah, 4 mana, 5/5. You're dead.
You want to talk about really bad win conditions? I don't know why, but for a long time, I was putting the Antiquities War into a lot of decks.
What does this even do?
It's not even that old of a card. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it.
This was Dominaria.
It's from Dominaria, yeah. It is 3 in the blue for a saga. Both chapter 1 and 2 are the same.
Oh,
It's look at the top
yeah.
5 cards of your library, reveal an artifact from among them, put it in your hand. The rest go on the bottom. And then chapter 3 is artifacts you control become 5/5s with base power and toughness until end of turn or whatever. I read that wrong somehow. But it turns your non-creature artifacts. No, it's just all your artifacts become artifact creatures with base power and toughness 5/5. So, you make a bunch of treasures and clues and you turn them all to 5/5s. This card is so bad because, and there's a lot of other cards that do this, it telegraphs the thing so much.
Yeah, you better clear my Thopters, man. Here it comes. In 3 turns, I'm going to get an overrun that kills you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, I made 5 clues, but normally people don't remove your clues because they're like, it's not a threat. And then you surprise them with a, Cyberdrive Awakener or whatever. this doesn't surprise anybody. They were like, I gotta blow up his clues. I don't think I ever got anything with this.
I find it funny that you think this is really bad. I'm not saying it's good, but when I would play this back in the day, I was like, oh, you got some good filtering on the first two abilities, and then maybe the third one does something as well. But if you're treating the third one as like a win con that you're relying on because this is a trinket mage deck and your deck has like 2 other win cons, yeah, I can kind of see how that works.
I mean, I'll say the card isn't horrible. Like, it isn't that bad to look at the top 5 and grab an artifact twice for 4 mana. Like, that's kind of a 2 mana effect, if you think about it. But I don't know. I thought this card was goated. It was like it was a win con for my Togo deck or whatever. And it never worked.
To be fair, Cyberdrive Awakener wasn't out yet, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we had a while before.
Neon Dynasty Commander, yeah.
It was Kamigawa.
Yeah.
This card was actually also like an important math lesson for me because, throw this card in a deck with like a low 20s.
Sorry, Cyberdrive or the
Antiquities War. You throw this in a deck with like 21, 22 artifacts and you whiff a lot because as it turns out, you need 30 artifacts to consistently hit an artifact with this. Even with 25.
The top 5? Yeah.
Even with 25, it's not that consistent. I'm sure I could pull out my calculator and do the exact math, but with 20 artifacts to your deck, you whiff, I think, 25% of the time at least, maybe 30%. Like you whiff a lot of triggers on this. And suddenly, if you're finding 1 artifact with this rather than 2, it becomes a very bad card.
Oh, yeah. If you whiff on this once, it is definitely dog water territory. That's for certain.
I'm sure your decks had 35 artifacts in them. You're more committed.
The one I am looking at here has 25, 26.
Oh,
okay.
26.
So you were out here missing some triggers too. All right.
Probably, to be honest.
Yeah, you were in the whiff gang as well.
Oh wait, now I'm thinking about Ancient Stirring in my Tameo list.
Uh-oh. Well, that hits lands.
That hits lands. That hits lands.
There's no way. That one never whiffs. I mean, never fully whiffs. You might be a little bummed to get like a basic forest, but whatever.
Oh, the number of times I've watched people whiff on Malevolent Rumble, happened twice, but
is it not
both
permanence?
times when it's happened, it's permanence. I've still watched people whiffed off of it.
How?
Yeah, they reveal 4 instant and sorceries, and they go, "Oh shit!"
What are you doing with your green deck?
No, it's so funny. Because I think literally the decks are built perfectly fine. Like they have like a minor amount of like, permanence or like non-permanence in them. And I've still watched like 2 or 3 people whiff on a Malevolent Rumble. I don't know how. It's like I've never whiffed on it, but it's like I think you need to get absurdly unlucky.
Well, I feel like I would never go above like maybe 20 instants and sorceries in a deck I'm running Malevolent Rumble in. Not even like
20 is even kind of pushing it.
Yeah, not even intentionally, but just because like I don't, I want maybe like 40 lands. I want maybe like 35 or 40 creatures. That already gets you to 75 cards. Where are the instants and sorceries?
I wonder if it's a lot of people, they play the like default ramp package where they're like Rampant Growth, Kodama's Reach, Cultivate.
Yeah.
And they forget that they should probably just be playing like Wood Elves instead to make their Malevolent Rumbles better or something like that.
I've been having a lot of success recently with actually going 1 mana dork into 3 mana dork or Overgrowth, like anything that taps for 2. And then you go from that into 7. That is like a really insane kind of curve out.
Yeah, I've been high on permanents that tap for more mana lately.
Yeah, and you also have things like Formidable Speaker and stuff, right? That untap lands, making like auras all the more powerful, like aura-based ramp. And sure, it's like kind of vulnerable to like land destruction, but who's touching your lands? I've never had a land blown up in my entire life.
I feel like more often you would get the enchantment blown up.
I've definitely never blown up a land in my life.
I've blown up plenty of lands in my time, but I've never had one of my lands blown up.
I mean, I'm also being facetious. I think I have a deck with Armageddon and Ravages in it right now.
Yeah.
And Cataclysm. I feel like we could do a whole episode of cards that people play that then they whiff on. Like, I feel like it could be a whole topic. But Elk, would you like to give us another card about this topic for this video?
Yeah. Okay, hang on. So Oath of Kaya is 1 white black for a legendary enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. And then it has a bunch of text about protecting your planeswalkers. Like if a player attacks one of your planeswalkers with one or more creatures, they get drained for 2. I did not put this in decks with planeswalkers in it. I literally just ran this because I liked Lightning Helix.
Did you
that
just
much.
go for the 3-mana enchantment Lightning Helix? Yeah.
I just liked Lightning. But here's the thing, in hindsight, old me was based as fuck because now we have Felia and Felia can flicker this thing. And then it's like a really bad Flage.
Yeah.
Yeah, emphasis on bad.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I agree.
And it's legendary, so you can tutor it with Thalia's Lancers. Well, you get Felia first, and then you flicker the Thalia's Lancers to get Oath of Kaya, and then you have your engine online. Think about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, different colors, but if you did that with Flage, that actually be a really good engine.
Well, you can't flicker Flage because it re-enters, and then he goes, I'm going to kill myself, and then fucking pieces out right to the graveyard.
True.
Challenge.
Still probably worse than having a Flage in your graveyard.
Oath of Kai also sticks on. It adds Devotion. So if you're playing an Athreos deck, either of the Athreoses.
That's the deck I put it in. I put it in Athreos one time. I had 6 mana Athreos.
Commander, you probably don't want your gods to become creatures.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's like the worst thing you could ever do is make Athreos into a creature. And yet here I was still running like Basilica Bellhaunt and Oath of Kaya because they were like in an arena starting deck.
Beat them up with your 4/7.
It was really ill-advised to be doing all that.
That's cool. I like that.
What about you, Alex? What's another card?
Well, speaking of planeswalkers you might want to protect, you want to know a card that I traded $70 worth of Shocklands and Fetchlands for in like 2014?
This is why all your mana bases are bad.
It is. Karn Liberated.
Yeah. Oh, I remember buying a playset of these for like $1 bajillion. Holy $3.
I know. Yeah, it's cheap now. This is 7 mana for a 6 loyalty planeswalker, +4 target player exiles a card from their hand, -3 exile target permanent, -14 restart the game, leaving in play all in exile. Sorry. Restart the game, leaving in exile all non-aura permanent card exiled with Karn Liberated, then put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. So you restart the game with all the stuff that Karn exiled. This was, I think, pretty popular in... I'm sure you were eyeing this for precisely this reason. Popular in Tron? Yeah?
Yeah, it was in Tron decks in Modern, yeah.
Yeah. Tron was big. And then also just, it was, good in Commander if you're in colors that don't have great removal, which I was playing mono black, and there were even fewer options for like enchantments and stuff.
It was like this and like O-Stone.
Yeah, I was also running Oblivion Stone, which is like a really not a very good magic card.
For clarity,
I think Oblivion Stone's not that bad.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, don't shit on Oblivion Stone. It's okay. But also, to be clear, Tron still is around. They just play real cards like Ugin Eye of the Storm now.
Oh yeah, they also just play the other card.
Yeah, other cards also cracked, of course. This one does have the beach printing. Yusef beach printing on screen now.
Oh my goodness. I was at Cool Stuff Con Dallas and Kieran Yanner was there. And he had a foil, like signed artist proof of this, but it was like very expensive. I wanted it so bad.
He's really cool looking. Well, actually, I don't think he'd be cool. He'd be really hot when he's like made out of metal and sitting in the sun.
But yeah, you probably wouldn't want to physically touch him. It'd probably hurt. Karn is like, this card specifically is one of my favorite Magic cards of all time. Like it easily makes my top 10. I just absolutely love it. The ultimate is so cool and unique. I believe it's supposed to reference him bringing people back in time to fight the Phyrexians.
Yeah.
So the exile is putting them in the time machine, and then the ult is, all right, now we're together fighting the Phyrexians, and the Phyrexians being your opponent.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Which is pretty fun.
He's cool. I don't know. I don't care about the lore, man. Karn Liberated is like one of the most boomer Magic cards I think of when I think of like old Magic.
If you ultimate him and you stole a creature, because they come into play at the start of that game, then you have your first untap upkeep. They don't have summoning sickness. You can immediately attack with them.
Is that true? You can just bash your opponent immediately?
I don't.
There's no way, right?
No,
I'm pretty sure. Hang on. We're looking at the rules.
Permanents put onto the battlefield due to Karn's ability will have entered under the starting controller's control. Creatures from among them can attack, and their activated abilities can be activated. Because it
starts before the game, basically, and then you have your upkeep. Your untap step. Or whatever.
Oh, because they came in before that's funny.
Yeah. So they can attack and use their abilities immediately, which is
really
incredibly funny. It's so niche.
By the time you've ulted Karn and put 2 creatures in play, you've won. First things first.
But you got to know that they can attack immediately.
I'm also noting now, especially after looking at the beach printing, that half of all Karns have covering for their crotch region and the other half do not. And I want to know what that means.
It means he enjoys pants as like a concept.
Okay. But he doesn't need
But he doesn't need it because he doesn't have genitalia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything going on down there.
Okay, pants are a sometimes thing.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Yeah, it's for style. It's for style.
I get that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He can appreciate the human style.
It's easier than painting on his own body, you know. That's like more permanent. You can just swap pants.
Right. But yeah, this card was definitely scratched my Timmy brain, right? And also gave me any permanent exiling. So gotta go for it.
I need to put this in a deck somewhere.
What about you, Con? What's your...
All right, my next one, I was looking back through like my decks and they all had fucking Reliquary Tower in them. What was I doing?
You just like your cards in your hand, man. You know?
I'm looking at like this old, it's a Silas Wren Tago Goblin Weaponsmith deck. So I want the artifacts in the graveyard for Silas Wren. Anyway, like I don't need to hold them all in my hand. Like I can recur them. I have recursion in the command zone. What's the point of this?
No, but messing up your 3 colors of mana for a colorless land is actually really important.
That too is, and like I'm looking, the only other colorless utility land is Darksteel Citadel, because I guess it's an artifact, and Inventor's Fair. And like that's it. I'm not even running like Strip Mine or anything like useful. It's like Reliquary Tower for some reason.
Reliquary Tower is like a control player sort of card to hold. So I feel like that's where it must be coming from, right? Because like
am I a troll?
No, control.
Oh. That's fair.
For me, when I think of control, like utility lands, I think of like man lands, like Celestial Colonnade and stuff.
True. That would be the boomer choice for.
No, I think of like the ones that you like scry 1 for 4 mana or some crap.
Oh yeah, like Castle Vantress. I mean, yeah. I don't want to shit on Castle Vantress. That card did do work when it was in standard. And
it's
like,
okay. It's fine. It comes to play untapped most of the time. Like it's not a bad card.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Reliquary Tower, it's in so many of my decks, and I must have like never cared about it because I do not run it at all anymore.
You know what I think it is? I think so many new players come into the game, and like also just players who are like enfranchised but aren't really interested in learning like deck building and whatever, is they will consider lands a boring part of Magic. They're not. And then they will proceed to autopilot a mana base for every one of their decks. And they just kind of do like a paint by numbers for the lands. And I think Reliquary Tower is just one of the numbers that they paint in without really thinking about, like, do I want to include this in my discard reanimator graveyard deck? Then you're like, oh, well, it's a new commander deck. I'm building my land space. Let's just copy it from this previous deck, paste it into this one. Oh, the Reliquary Tower can stay. It's fine. It enters untapped. Stuff like that. They don't really think deeper about it, I feel. I know I used to do that. I would copy my mana base between decks and then just do like 1-for-1 swaps like that.
Yeah, same.
So I'm wondering if you did the same thing.
I think people also will go, oh, my deck draws a lot of cards. I should put a Reliquary Tower in here without thinking about anything else about a deck that draws a lot of cards, because a deck can draw a lot of cards and still not want Reliquary Tower. You know, if your mana curve is low, if you're running graveyard stuff, I'm reviewing a Clive deck for a deck review that is hopefully out by the time this releases. And 43% of Clive decks on EDH Rec, this like self-discard commander, or this commander with like pretty heavy self-discard tie-ins, 43% run Reliquary Tower. And I don't know what's up with that.
It's so tough because there is like a self-discard line with Clive, but then there's also like, if I have 50 red devotion, think about it. I could keep a 50 card hand.
I think that's what it is. But in theory, I think the way you draw the most cards with Clive is by flickering him with repeatedly. And you can't stack cards between, flickers or making token copies. But I guess people just like look for the dream Disneyland scenario where they have, as you say, like, 20 red devotion. And then, you got to keep all those cards.
At that point, if I'm going like Mana Geyser, I have 50 red devotion, here's Clive, I'm going to draw Fanatic of Ronos because I'm drawing half my library. Everyone's just dead.
Yeah.
Like, isn't everyone just dead?
Yeah.
Why am I sitting here with Reliquary Tower?
People imagine the Disneyland scenario, but not the version of that Disneyland scenario where they can win the game off of their insane advantage that they have.
No. We all need to sit here and play Magic more. I have a 50 card hand. I'm going to play all these cards. Every single one of them is getting cast.
I want to also like point out the card spellbook, because here's the thing is you need your land drop to play the Reliquary Tower. So if you needed that extra mountain to cast the Mana Geyser, or whatever, then you're still not able to keep your hand because the Reliquary Tower takes a land. You could play Spellbook, which is a 0 mana artifact that says you have no maximum hand size.
What I like about Spellbook, okay, so this is specifically for like hand size matter stuff. Like I have a Morrow in the command zone.
Yeah.
I'll run like a Reliquary Tower, sure. But the joke is that if you like draw half your library, you're gonna hopefully hit a Spellbook, and then you can just cast it for free and then keep your hand, right? So like that, I like Spellbook more than Reliquary Tower. Once again, I think you run both, but like there's use case for Spellbook over Reliquary Tower in those hand size matter decks that are out there. If you're running your Imperial Plate in 2026.
It's also not a colorless land.
Yeah, that's true too. You can also get it off of Urza Saga. Now we're thinking you play your colorless land, and then in 3 turns you get your Spellbook.
I will say I was also playing Magic Mirror in many of these artifact decks. This podcast's namesake.
That card is shit from an ass. So sad. Like it is so sad that our namesake card sucks.
But it's fine. Come on.
It's fine. Okay.
I played it in like Tawanos a lot, so you could double the trigger, which sped it up quite a bit. It is quite bad though.
You can proliferate it. You put a knowledge counter on it. Okay. You know what? I take it back. Magic Mirror, you are niche playable.
Oh wait, no, Magic Mirror gives you no max hand size, so I actually don't need Reliquary Tower for it. It already does that.
No, this
shit, this card's goated.
Reliquary Tower makes it harder to cast, if anything, because it's going to be discounted down to blue.
Yeah, no, the Magic Mirror is not a horrible card. It is an upgrade on a enchantment. I'm trying to remember what the enchantment is called.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Does it also put knowledge counters on it?
Yes.
Knowledge.
What?
Mind Unbound. Lore counters.
Lore counters, my fault.
Yeah, Mind Unbound is the boomer version of this effect. And
Ooh, ew.
Yuck. Just being a flat 6 mana, not including the unlimited hand size thing, definitely makes this a lot worse.
But it has lore counter synergy.
Tragically,
there was nothing else with lore counters back in the day.
Tragically, also, both of these have now been super power crept by the One Ring, which just does this effect
That's the
like
One Ring.
a billion times better.
It is the One Ring.
Power creeps half of everything. Who cares?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, the One Ring is certainly the Magic Mirror, but better.
Yeah.
We should rename the podcast to the One Ring.
Oh, the One Ring podcast. And we'll just never talk about Lord of the Rings. People will just comment all the time, like, are they going to talk about The Hobbit in this one or what?
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it could be also kind of fun because I'm looking at your old deck, Alex. We could look at old decks of ours and kind of point and laugh at our previous selves. I have a couple options. I do think the funniest one that I could put forward for this is this, probably the random encounter deck, the stupid one I posted earlier. Not only am I running 35 lands, and I've scrolled through, it's a cycling deck, by the way. I don't run that many land cyclers. I have Timeless Dragon and Angel of the Ruins. Those are my 2 land cyclers in this Sephirus of the Hidden Ways cycling deck. Other major issue, I have Jin Gataxias. How else do I win? I literally, I don't know.
You should kind of a lot of high mana creatures in theory. What does Sephirus do again? It's a reanimation thing.
Yeah, and this is before the initiative.
Yeah, what?
Oh yeah, because it's dungeons, but initiative.
There's the really shitty dungeon that makes opponents lose life. What do the other dungeons do?
One of them like draws 3 cards when you finish it, and you get to free cast all of them.
Cast one of them.
Yeah. So I didn't keep in mind. I don't think when I had this deck, I ever went into Tomb of Annihilation. I either went into Lost Mine of Findelver or Mad Mage.
Yeah.
With no in between.
I like that you have Nezahal to like draw more cards after you reanimate, but you don't have like Zatalpa to like actually attack.
Yeah, there's nothing in this deck that kills people. I have like 5/5 vanilla flyers. That's what kills you. And I maybe have 1 or 2 of them in play. And keep in mind, I'm not expecting to go long, allegedly, because I have 35 lands in this deck and 2 land cyclers, which is horrifically bad. And then, of course, the coup de grace for this deck. I have 50 mana rocks and nothing to fucking do with them. I'm going to cast like a stupid imposing Vantasaur or something with my mana rocks. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I guess
random Lightning Greaves detected. It's like, what am I doing?
I mean, I feel like Lightning Greaves is fine here. You put it on your big creature. You hit him.
Which big creature?
Mirror
Shell Crab.
Yeah, Mirror Shell Crab.
No, you're right. There's nothing you actually want to protect, really.
Yeah, and if it gets killed, I just reanimate it, right?
Yeah, I had respect for the Tormad the Desecrator in here. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that good in this list, but it's kind of a win con.
Yeah, it does go kind of wide because there is some like cycling. Okay, I am a little bit of a genius past me. I had Currency Converter, Bag of Holding with cycling plus Tormod, which is if whenever you cycle, you would get a trigger from Bag of Holding or Currency Converter because you discard a card, and then those exile the card from your graveyard. And then Tormod makes you a zombie. So whenever you cycle, you zombie. That still sucks because I don't have any overruns or anything. They're just 2/2s.
That looks like a dog shit deck that I would build.
Yeah. I think this deck would have been a lot more fun if I just put Tolas in the command zone and just like cycled and did like the leave graveyard trigger shot, like, you know, with Tormod and whatever. Like, I don't know why I'm doing Sephra stuff.
Most reanimators from getting Jinkataxius out early. That's fun, right?
Anyway, I guess the end of the day lesson is don't put like 14 fucking mana rocks in your deck for no reason, because I have 12 artifacts and I think I could have 2 in this deck and it would perform a million times better, especially since the lower floor cards here, like lower on the curve, are all looters. Like I should just be playing looters and looting away big idiots and then reanimating them. Like I don't know why I'm ramping.
Yeah.
And they also have way too many basics. Ew. Anyway, passing the mic along.
Yeah, look at this Silas Rentago deck. This is where I was looking at the Reliquary Tower. I am playing a comical amount of card draw engines in this deck. I have Mystic Remora, Necropotence, Phyrexian Arena, Rhystic Study, and the Magic Mirror.
Hell yeah.
It is so much card draw.
Shout out to 35 lands as well. Me and you are twinning here.
Yes, 35 lands
My
as
mono
well.
black deck also had 35 lands.
That was the number back in the day.
Yeah.
Honestly, the number was like kind of lower. Did you guys see that the Miku deck they put out has like 34 lands?
What?
It's awesome. There's like a Vornclex in there too. There's like 8 drops. It's really awesome.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I love the Rogues passage in here. This is incredible environmental storytelling. Old Trinket was like, yo, Silas Ren combat damage trigger. Let's put a Rogues passage
Rogues
in here.
Passage, yeah. So I can spend all that mana to get back Pyrite Spellbomb.
We're running 35 lands, and keep in mind that includes Academy Ruins and like Darksteel Citadel and Reliquary Tower and all these colorless lands, and then we have Necropotence. You are a greedy pig. Yeah. This is awesome.
Also, I'm getting whiplash because, you know, I'm seeing like this mana base with every fetch land in existence, and also like Phyrexia's Core, the colorless land that can sacrifice an artifact to gain 1 life. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Go for it.
Yeah,
So I can gain a life.
The Necropotence next to the Phyrexian Arena and the enchantments too is really sending me. That is so funny.
That's good.
I think I just put them in like all my black decks. I don't know why, because I felt like my friends and I were playing like kind of faster high power stuff. So the Necropotence makes sense in terms of like power level, but the Phyrexian Arena does not.
Don't worry, Alk. I would never run Phyrexian Arena in my mono black deck with Necropotence. I ran Underworld Connections instead.
Yes.
That's so
For
I'm also running a like Dockside in here and like Mana Crypt because I put those in like every deck as well. But there's no win conditions. I'm also playing Tezzeret Master of the Bridge because I was convinced that card was like broken at one point.
What's that card do?
It's so okay, dude. Like this is so insane to me because it has such a mixture of like really powerful broken cards and then also just like utter dog shit, just like unbelievably bad Magic the Gathering cards, even for the time.
Yeah, dude.
It's
On
just
Antiquities
so
War was my
jarring.
win con, bro.
I think that's what like Commander used to feel like. I feel like Commander nowadays doesn't feel like that anymore. I feel like you would just like all the time you would see people go like, here's like a bunch of broken cardboard like Mana Vaults and Mana Crypts and shit. And then now you just never see that anymore.
Yeah.
And they'd be doing really mediocre stuff with all that mana too. They would
I think it's like
cool,
I think it's like twofold. Is like those cards became a lot more expensive when Commander became popular, and that was like the place to play them. Like Strip Mine was $1, you know, when I started playing Magic. But now it's like the best spot removal land in Commander. So it's like $15-20 or whatever. So you didn't really see it anymore.
Yeah. Well, we have Soul Ring in every deck because it was a staple of all staples in 2010 before they started releasing the precon.
Yes. Yeah.
You just ran the broken cards because like where else are you gonna play them?
Should we look at your mono black deck here, Alex?
Yeah, the classic Necropotence Underworld Connections combo deck.
There's some really bad
But all
cards
is
here.
dust.
Oh, yeah.
Why is all is dust in here? Can we get an explanation?
To get rid
here?
of enchantments.
Yeah, enchantments and artifacts. I'm in black in 2015.
It doesn't get rid of artifacts.
Yeah,
2015, there's there's no artifacts back then that had a color.
No, yeah.
What you should have done is run Painter Servant, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah, it wasn't quite on that level. But no, this deck just has way too much removal. Like I think genuinely like 30 to 40 range removal spells. Just like every sacrifice effect under the sun, every board wipe in black, which is to say not very many board wipes, but some number. I ran Thoughtseize. Hell yeah.
Yeah, honestly, based.
Him to Turok.
That's good.
People don't do that enough.
I put Grief in a deck recently. Him to Torok's awesome. If you Him to Torok being commander, I'm laughing my ass off. That is
then
so
I'm crying
funny.
because I discarded 2 lands and it's over.
Yeah, Sickening Shoal. Yeah, I mean, if you draw a whole bunch of cards, then you can Sickening Shoal a thing, I guess.
What is Tribute to Hunger? Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I ran some bad removal spells.
Well, once you've made them sack all their bad creatures, the Tribute to Hunger always hits their 10-10 or something.
Exactly. So you get it. With my previous 3 sacrifice cards, that's what I do to whittle them down.
Running like Liliana of the Dark Realms 4 mana kill spell.
Okay, we have Urborg Cabal Coffers, but like, is that just to cast Karn and Ugin? There's no X spells in here, right?
No, there are. There had to.
There's a Black Sun Zenith. Oh, Diabolic Revelation. Yo.
Exsanguinate was the X ball I ran.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm noticing a discerning lack of Expedition map.
Yeah, I guess I just ran like the Black Tutors and thought that was good enough.
Can we read Diabolic Revelation, your actual expedition map?
Oh, Diabolic Revelation is so cool.
That card's awesome.
Black 3X, so 5 mana and then X for a sorcery. Search your library for up to X cards, then put it in your hand and shuffle. So it's 6 mana for a single to tutor 1 card.
But you get more cards after that. Think about it. Once
Exact-
you hit like X
7
is
mana
5,
for
then you're
2?
on rate.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. When you're at 10 mana, you're on rate for Demonic Tutor. That's 5 Demonic Tutors effectively. And any more than that, it's like the most efficient tutor mana-wise.
This card's not even that bad, honestly. There are so many worse cards.
Oh, for sure.
Increasing Ambition is like 5 mana for a tutor and then 8 mana for 2 tutors. That's Diabolic Tutor rate.
Increasing Ambition, yeah, definitely. It definitely also sucks.
Whenever I see Necrotol in an old deck, I'm like, oh my god, this player would fucking cream if Ravenous Chupacabra was printed.
Yeah.
If only I could show Ravenous Chupacabra to like 2015 Alex.
Necrotol?
Yeah, Necrotol.
I kept this deck around. I wish I could find a more updated version of this list. Because I put a bunch of cards. I put a bunch of terrible cards from like 2018 in this deck. Like Tetsumok, the dinosaur that like marks creatures and then destroys all of them when it enters.
Yeah.
I think I put like the 6 mana artifact that just gives you a bunch of benefits, like makes your spells cost 1 less, makes you draw an extra card.
Oh, Immortal Sun.
Mortal Sun, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I should keep a copy of Diabolic Revelation in my like back pocket and like a hard top. And when someone says tutors rear in the spirit of Commander, I just like show them this card.
They would tell you it's lame. They would go like, that's lame. Searching your library is stupid.
Honestly, just not very cool. I also loved Gatekeeper of Malachor, which is just not a good card. I just liked that I could pay for it with all black symbols.
Yeah, it only when it enters if it was kicked. Yeah, wow. This is really not good.
Gatekeeper of Malachor is awesome.
I thought this was the multi-kicker one. Didn't they make a multi-kicker one that kind of does this?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Wasn't on my radar.
There's one that makes you discard a card for each time it was kicked. There's one that enters with counters. Okay, no, I guess I'm just misremembering. I think maybe what I've done is I thought that this had multi-kicker because it was so bad.
Surely it'd have multi-kicker. No, it does not.
No, it's just normal ass kicker. That's so mid. There's what you know what it is better with is Luris of the Dream Den.
Sure.
You can play it
Okay,
from your graveyard
okay.
with Luris.
That's fine.
After a Curse of Marauder and after the other one that costs 1 and a white,
Benelish Sleeper.
the one with the black kicker that turns it into a Fleshbag Marauder, you could consider this one.
That's pretty cool.
For when you need like 5 of those effects.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Luris has issues with, it's looping the same effect over and over again. So you definitely need
Yeah.
those in redundant multiples.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can't find it. I remember reading like a Star City Games article like back in 2012 or something about a mono black control being like OP in Casual Commander or something. All I remember is their commander was that Gorgon that becomes monstrous.
What, that one?
Hey, Nixia the Cruel, what is her name?
Yeah, I think that is
Hythonia or
it.
I want to say
Hythonia.
Hythonia.
Yeah,
Okay, start with an H.
yes. Oh my
Yo.
goodness.
God, that card it's a 14 mana board wipe. I'll give it that.
I wish I could find that article because it's like such a. If anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about, it's like random. I think it was Star City Games article about Hythonia the Cruel deck. Please let me know in the comments.
It's a 14 mana board wipe. It doesn't exile, and also it doesn't hit changelings. Like you just get mogged by a changeling player.
Yes, but in 2012, people were writing articles about how it was broken.
Mono black was like pretty solid, but I feel like there had to have been better things you could do.
I mean, Erebos literally existed in like the same set and is a better commander.
Yeah, like Erebos Command Zone is way better than Hythonia.
Erebos Command Zone is not that good.
It's not that good,
It's
but it's
better
better
than
than
this thing.
Hythonia, is all I mean.
I'm trying to see if there was a better, because I ran Shieldred. That one was fine. It was okay.
Kokusho used to be banned as commander.
Yes.
Oh, Sidisi. That was a solid mono black commander, and once that got released in 2014, because that's just a flat tutor in the command zone.
I remember playing that like cheese Sidisi list where you just like cast Sidisi, grab Adnons, just draw your deck.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like 98, 5 swamps is your list.
Yeah,
or
and you have
whatever.
like the stupid orb and then the
Oh.
thing that blows up everyone.
Yeah. Sickening Dreams.
People would run Maga Trader to Mortals as a mana outlet, because that one just is like an Exsanguinate type card that you could just, slam down once you got enough mana.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I almost said Maga's pretty good, but I don't think I want to say that.
We support Maga here.
The magic card. The
Maga
Trader
Trader
Mortals. Yeah, no, I think he's like a solid inclusion. I still think Kokusho fucking destroys all these options early.
Kokusho's the strongest for sure.
I do like really miss a lot of these like classic commanders that you just don't get to see anymore. Because I do think there's a lot of really cool sauce. Like with today's powered up stuff, I think there's cool things you can do with a lot of these old commanders, but you just never see them, you know?
Yeah.
I think you could definitely make homes for like 1 or 2 old commander pet cards or old commanders in a deck. It's hard to go past that. Like that was kind of the whole MO of my Farrakha deck, right? Is like, here's old card, Farrakha, God of Affliction, and then new context, MKM, Leave the Graveyard synergy, right? We got a whole set of like Leave the Graveyards Matter stuff. So I do think you're able to like retrofit a lot of older commanders to modern day play. It's just, you can't go full hog, like destroyed, like up, down, left, right, center, old boomer cards in one deck, you know? You need to have some modern sauce kicking around.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to get blown out.
But I think there's a lot of old commanders that are actually still like reasonably strong. Like I built a Stark of Wrath deck, and that was like actually really strong. If people don't know what the hell this card is, I was inspired by that prof video on Stark of Wrath, actually.
Do you cheat the handing it to somebody?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. So if you have an untapper and an indestructible artifact, you go tap targeting my indestructible artifact, and then untap him, target your thing. And then it goes, that one happens first. So I destroy your thing, you get Stark. And then it targets my indestructible thing. It attempts to destroy it, I get it back.
Yeah.
Okay. That feels like a lot of steps, but also if it's like cards that easily slot into the deck, like Darksteel Citadel and other things, I could see it working out.
Yeah, Darksteel Citadel. You can just like be running like indestructible rocks, right?
Yeah.
There's a few of those now.
If I'm running like Darksteel's Talisman or whatever, the 0 mana indestructible, that feels bad. But like if you have other
I wasn't
indestructible
running
ones-
that, but I was running the Pendant. It's Darksteel Pendant. It's 2 mana. It is indestructible. You can pay 1 tap and you scry 1 effectively.
Okay, that's still like a little mid. I'm like here for like Darksteel Ingot and stuff though. I'm fine with like a 3 rock that's a little mid.
Yeah, you do that. Or you just play like Ichor Wellspring, like things you want to destroy.
Yeah, that's
for
fair
sure.
too.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
like
liked
that.
Stark of Wrath. I think it's pretty cool. It was just like removal in the command zone. It wasn't like that.
It's cool that
interesting.
he's also a sack outlet for things you want to put in the graveyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very flexible card, low mana cost. It's a pretty sweet card, I think.
Yeah, and it's just much better like on tappers and haste enablers these days that you can. He's like a little better. This could be a whole nother podcast episode where we just like highlight some old commanders that got better.
Yeah, cards that have gotten better. You know what? That sounds like a great idea.
I wrote it down.
Let's earmark that one.
We'll maybe do it next week or something. Yeah. Moving on to the Beseech the Mirror section. This is where you beseech us for answers. All you got to do is put mirror, mirror in your comment and we'll get to it on the podcast if we like the question. Dr. Gibberish asks, Mirror, mirror, I attack with World Slayer to ask, what do you think of Doomsday Excruciator with Madcap Jester?
Sorry, what the fuck is Madcap Jester? We exiled their
Madcap
entire
Jester
libraries.
is the like really bad commander we were talking about in the last episode. And then-
So it doesn't work because Doomsday Excruciator exiles the cards face down.
correct.
Yeah, so I don't think anything about it because you suck at Magic, and so does everyone else who thought of this, and that you shall be ashamed of yourselves. That's what I think.
Damn.
Okay.
Kidding. The game's hard to play. There's a lot of rules that are weird and don't make sense, and Doomsday Excruciator is one of them.
I think you just have to believe.
You just have to, it's a play that works in paper. You can't do it on Magic the Gathering online, but you can definitely do that in paper.
If you can trick your opponents.
If you can lie to your opponents, it works.
Dude, that's like with the Mystical Archives cards. If you play all of the 1-mana ones in your deck, you can have them work in any combination. You know, it could be Brainstorm, it could be Sleight of Hand. Nobody knows. You just pick which one it is, and then it changes to whatever you want.
Can you cast face down cards if you can guess the exact mana cost?
That's a
Guess
good
what's on
mechanic.
the other side. You should be allowed to cast and play them. Absolutely.
In my Infinity Elemental and Phyrexian Walker deck, Infinity Elemental and Phyrexian Walker to deck myself and ask, what is your all-time favorite vanilla creature?
Ooh. Wow.
Actually, I have a good answer for this.
Is vanilla. Let's look at good old Scryfall here. You guys can go first.
Oh, I already know mine. In fact, it just got printed. I love Ordinary Bear.
That
It's
one
a
is pretty
4-mana
good.
4/5 with a wall of flavor text, and it's just a dude. It's just a fucking bear. It's awesome. Andrea, you knocked it out of the park with this art. That is good, let me tell you.
Alex, what about you? Do you have a favorite vanilla?
It's got to be one of the legends, but let me take a minute.
Oh, those ones are all really good.
Jedit Ojanin, gotta go with the buff cat.
Yeah, Jedit Ojanin is a beast for sure.
7-mana 5/5. That's massive.
He got a really cool printing too. He got like a full art printing. Yeah, he got one for Year of the Tiger. He got a full art printing, which is awesome.
Oh, this is Jedit Ojanin. Oh, you know what? Do you remember for Zendikar, Battle for Zendikar or something, one of the Zendikar sets, they said they put old Legends cards in the pack and you
Mhm.
could open them?
Mm-hmm.
I got a Legends Jedit Ojanin from a like Battle for Zendikar pack.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I know it could have been a mana drain, but it was this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's like a full $5 you got right there.
I still have it somewhere.
I think I'm locking in Calaxian, Hunger Tyrant. I think it's literally the biggest power creature I've ever seen for that rate. Yeah, Calaxian, I think, is of all the vanilla creatures, the one with the most interesting use cases.
Calaxian Voltron, it works.
Yeah, it's 7 power. That's a magic number. Also, you can crew it to Susser Secundi in black and then like start sacking it to your land and then drawing a billion cards. Disciple of Bolas is there. It can crew vehicles very well. You know, it does a lot. I kind of like it.
So you're giving an actual mechanical reason to why you like a vanilla card.
Hey, it's 3 mana perfectly as well. You can bring it back with Chthonian Nightmare repeatedly. Oh my goodness.
What
Splendid.
is that? What is that new commander that came out? Tom, Dick, and Harry?
Yeah. Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's cool.
Oh, Tom Burton William.
Yeah, the Three Stooges.
I just reviewed a Tom Burton William deck on a stream today, and I didn't realize this, but Tom Burton William goes infinite with displaced dinosaurs. Because when they come back as an artifact, it'll turn them into a 7/7. So if you can just keep sacking them to some sack outlet,
Oh, true.
it'll keep coming back as a 7/7.
Yeah. There's also, of course, big shout outs to Yargle and Multani, but I think I just find
Yeah,
monocolor more interesting than 2-color.
Yeah, that was a good question. Let's do one more quick question. Mirror, mirror, I made a cube for y'all. It'll be quite fun, no doubt. I can't review a cube in this question.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit too long, but I'm really happy you made a cube. Cubes are awesome.
Mirror, mirror, I use the weight of Reliquary Tower to put Ziatora's Proving Ground, drawing a card from Corvold, and sacrificing what? A weight of the Reliquary. Oh, man,
Weight
guys,
of
I
the
can't read.
Reliquary?
You got to keep these. I like the bits, but they got to be shorter. I can't read. There's a comma in this one. It's such a long sentence. All right. Anyway, what type of voice do you think Corvold the Fey Cursed King would have?
That's what he sounds like.
They said, I imagine an opulent British monarch. Yeah, is he like sentient?
He's like a dragon. Yeah, I think he's sentient, but he likes eating things a lot. That's his favorite thing to do, even though he's sentient. Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm sentient and I like eating things too. So.
Oh, sorry. I meant like, is he able to like speak? Or did he just become like a mindless animal?
Deflecting SWAT has him talking. His
Oh.
printing, like he's quoted in the flavor text of that card.
So
in the
when
borderless
in his
one.
original flavor text, Corvold's thing says transformed At his own wedding, he promptly ate the banquet, the gifts, and the guests. But if he can like still talk and like, you know, hold a normal conversation, does that mean he still has like the human willpower, but was like, well, I'm a dragon, I might as well eat all the guests? Like,
I would. Why not?
it's just like, Uncle Jeremy's really obnoxious, so I guess I'll just eat it.
This card's $100. Holy shit.
Deflecting SWAT, come to slay the dragon for the good of the kingdom. Have a terribly predictable. Okay, so he can just like.
Yeah, no, he's just having fun, man.
How terribly predictable. I think it's got to be
Okay.
deep and like a little saucy, like a Disney villain. That's what I'm going for with Corval.
He sounds like Scar, like a Jeremy Irons, probably.
Yeah. That's it.
I think it's really funny if his part of the curse is that his voice didn't change, it's just his body.
He's just like a normal sounding dude.
So he just like sounds like an average dude. He's this huge imposing dragon. It's just like, hello.
Come to slay the dragon for the good of the kingdom. How terribly predictable. It's got to be that.
See, that's what he would sound like when they don't make the Netflix show for Magic. Should we end this podcast by having Yusuf just do his best impression of Bold?
Yeah, that sounds great. Go, Yusuf, go.
Come to slay the dragon for the good of the kingdom? How terribly predictable. Literally.
Everyone rate Yusuf's impression on a scale of 1 to like 1 billion in the comments below. Yeah, is this a good podcast episode?
I think so. I think it's just like us yammering about old Magic cards. Let us know down in the comments below. Is this a good podcast episode? Did you have a good time? Did you smile?
Did you smile? Put a smiley face in the comments.
What are you wearing?
Smiled. What are you wearing?